All right, let's jump right into what is absolutely, without a doubt, the single most crucial system in all of quantum physics, the quantum harmonic oscillator. It is the universe's universal spring, literally the mathematical heartbeat of reality. I know, that sounds like a massive claim, but by the end of our time together today, you're going to see exactly why that's true. So, you might be wondering, why on earth is a simple bouncing mass on a spring considered physics' most important model? I mean, you're probably picturing a slinky or maybe the shocks on your car and thinking, sure, that's basic physics, but so what? Well, what if I told you that this exact same bouncing motion is the underlying mechanism that dictates how molecules bond, or how solid crystals form, or even the vivid colors of distant stars and how lasers work? It's true. The fundamental rules of a bouncing spring are literally written into the very fabric of the cosmos. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The universal spring. 2. Classical versus quantum springs. 3. Zero-point energy explained. 4. Nature's favorite blueprint. And 5. Real-world quantum applications. Section 1. The universal spring. Establishing the baseline. Okay, so before we dive headfirst into the weirdness of the quantum realm, we really need to ground ourselves in what we already know, right? We need to look at how a standard, everyday, macroscopic spring actually operates. Just picture a weight hanging on a spring. You pull that mass down, let it go, and it smoothly oscillates back and forth. Now, mathematically, the potential energy of this system forms a U-shaped curve, a parabola. Imagine a physical bowl shaped exactly like a U. The mass is basically just rolling back and forth inside this bowl. When it's resting right at the bottom, it has the lowest possible energy. Pull it higher up the sides, it moves faster, has more energy. But here is the absolutely crucial classical concept, that energy can take on any value. It's totally continuous. You can pull it a millimeter, half a millimeter, a tenth of a millimeter. Any continuous amount of energy is allowed. Section 2, Classical versus Quantum Springs, Shrinking the System Down. Right, here is where we shift gears. Let's shrink our system all the way down to the size of a single atom and apply the rules of quantum mechanics. In the classical world we just talked about, our spring has continuous energy. Any value goes, kind of like walking up a smooth ramp. But when that mass becomes a quantum particle, like an electron inside that exact same parabolic bowl, the rules completely change. Thanks to the Schrödinger equation, energy becomes discrete. It's no longer a smooth ramp, it's a staircase. Only certain, very specific wave functions can actually fit inside the bowl. Think of it exactly like standing waves on a guitar string. You could have one full wave or two waves, but you absolutely cannot have 1.5 waves. Only specific wave shapes fit, and each of those shapes corresponds to a specific, discrete energy level. And that brings us to this incredibly unique quantum twist. Not only are the energies quantized into these distinct steps, E0, E1, E2, but they are perfectly evenly spaced. This is a defining, honestly kind of magical feature of the quantum harmonic oscillator. The gap in energy between the bottom level and the first level is exactly the same as the gap between the first and the second and third. The energy levels are built exactly like perfect rungs on a ladder, with an absolutely constant gap between every single step. Section 3, Zero-point energy explained. The bizarre consequence. So that perfect ladder of energy levels, it leads us to a truly bizarre and fascinating consequence, especially when we look at the very bottom rung. Let's zoom in on zero-point energy. Look closely at that first energy level, E0. Notice how it doesn't actually sit at the very bottom of the parabolic bowl. Its energy is not zero. That means the lowest possible energy state of a quantum particle still has energy. Even if you completely freeze it and remove all the heat you possibly can, the particle can never be completely at rest. It always retains this minimum quantum fuzziness, this baseline jitter. It exists as a spread-out probability cloud that just point-blank refuses to sit perfectly still at the bottom of the bowl. This is such a brilliant illustration of the difference between our classical expectations and quantum reality at extreme temperatures. Classically, if you cool something down to absolute zero, all motion completely stops. Total standstill, perfectly frozen. But in the quantum world, absolute zero still contains that fuzzy probability cloud. The zero-point motion remains, and we can actually see this in the real world with liquid helium. Under normal pressure, liquid helium literally never freezes, even near absolute zero. Its atoms just have way too much of this zero-point quantum motion, this unavoidable fuzziness, to ever lock neatly together into a solid crystal. Crazy, right? And honestly, the weirdness does not stop there. because empty space itself is filled with quantum fields that act exactly like these oscillators. Empty space is never truly empty. This baseline quantum jitter actually gives rise to something called the Casimir effect. If you take two tiny metal plates and place them incredibly close together in a total vacuum, they will actually be pushed together. They attract each other purely because these zero-point quantum vacuum fluctuations are pushing on them from the outside. Space itself is constantly vibrating with this minimum energy. Section 4, Nature's Favorite Blueprint, the Universal Reveal. So, we've looked at the math of the bowl, right? But why does this actually matter for the rest of physics? We really have to ask, where do we see this specific U-shaped parabolic blueprint in reality? Well, the astonishing answer is practically everywhere. Mathematically speaking, any system that is resting near a stable equilibrium acts just like a marble at the bottom of a bowl. It acts just like a spring. Let's rapidly fire through exactly where this happens out in the wild. First up, diatomic molecules, like hydrogen chloride. The bond between the two atoms behaves exactly like a spring, complete with those quantized, evenly spaced vibrational energy levels we talked about. Next, atoms inside a solid crystal lattice. They sit in the harmonic potential created by all their neighboring atoms. When they vibrate, those vibrations are quantized into things called phonons, which are what carry heat and sound. Third, pendulums. For very small swings, even a quantum pendulum is mathematically a harmonic oscillator. And finally, light itself. Inside a cavity or a laser, the electromagnetic field behaves as a massive collection of harmonic oscillators, where the photons themselves are the energy quanta. Basically, everything uses this blueprint. Section 5, Real-World Quantum Applications, the Payoff. Okay, here is the payoff. This is where all this invisible quantum mechanics translates directly into tangible, world-changing technology. Let's walk through these incredible breakthroughs. Number 1, lasers. The light field in a cavity is a quantum harmonic oscillator. By pumping energy in, we create many photons with the exact same energy, which gives us a powerful, coherent laser beam. Number 2, heat capacity. Heavyweights like Einstein and Debye use this exact model to explain how solids store heat. They proved that as temperatures drop, those quantized phonon vibrations freeze out level by level, perfectly explaining why the heat capacity of solids drops. Number 3, molecular spectroscopy. Because molecular vibrations have perfectly even energy steps, molecules only absorb very specific frequencies of infrared light. By measuring those absorption jumps, we can literally identify which chemicals are floating around in deep space. And number 4, quantum computing. Modern quantum computers trap ions inside harmonic potential fields. The vibrational states of those ions inside the bowl are used as qubits to perform quantum calculations. All of this, from exploring deep space to building quantum computers, it all comes from the bouncing spring model. You know, there's a famous saying, the quantum harmonic oscillator is the Swiss Army knife of physics. If you understand this system, you understand half of quantum mechanics. And it is so true. Mastering the concept of those evenly spaced energy levels, the quantum wave functions, and the bizarre reality of zero-point energy, that really is the key that unlocks the entire quantum universe. So, where does this incredibly powerful tool take us next? Coming up in our next explainer, we're going to take everything we just learned about the harmonic oscillator and apply it to the most iconic quantum system of them all, the hydrogen atom. We'll see how this framework directly maps out those beautiful probability cloud orbitals, you know, the S, P, D, and F shapes, and how it directly explains the entire structure of the periodic table of elements. It's going to be fantastic. But until then, I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder. Now that you know the universal nature of this stable equilibrium, I want you to really look around your world. What else acts like a spring? Where else is nature hiding this perfect mathematical parabola? Think about it, keep that curiosity alive, and thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. See you next time.